That bit of rice is still there. Don't you dare put it in my fucking drink.
Oh, my wine!
What are you going to do with it now? Where's your pasta?
I don't know where that went. Hello, welcome back to WhatAreMovie. I am Tony.
And I'm Claire.
And we're back to watch more. I'm getting adjusted. More It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
And to laugh.
Yes, this is... Last time, what happened? The gang sold out.
Yes.
One you said wasn't your favourite out of all of them, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I liked their arguments and their... Yeah, it's one I couldn't quite remember though. I'm getting to that point where I'm like, I don't remember everything. Anyway, this is Season 3, Episode 8. This aired on the 4th of October, 2007. Same day as the last one we watched. Directed by Fred Savage again. Written by Rob McElhenney, Scott Marder and Rob Rosell. So Scott Marder and Rob Rosell we've seen a few times now.
Yeah.
I say a few times. I think it's the second time. Yeah. Cool. But there we go. What do you expect? We never know.
Expect the unexpected.
Yes. Should be a fun time though. But yeah, our full reaction is in the description. You need your own copy to watch along, but make sure to come back where we'll talk all about it and how funny it was. I don't know.
When Tony finally finishes his fart.
I don't know if they can even hear that. There's works going on. I don't know if you can hear it. Annoyingly. Anyway, let's get on with it. Let's go.
Damn, I'm bored. Come on, let's do something. Why would you read that crap?
We are trying to stay in touch with what's happening in the world.
Yeah, I'm sorry if we
And nobody gets their news from a newspaper anymore.
No, plutonium smuggled into Syria. That's gonna change my life
It's going
drastically.
to change everyone's lives. No one can go to Syria anymore for vacation.
Don't you guys get tired of doing nothing except sitting around drinking?
What does that mean?
How could you ever get tired
Is
of
that
that?
a joke?
I don't understand.
Hey, what's up, bitches? What is up? Turn the TV on right now, dude.
Why does he look like he pooed himself?
I love the way they run it. It's so
There was
good.
an accident today, and then the news talker asked Mac what happened, and he totally went off.
It's going to be cut, isn't it?
Stop!
This is Ken Jacobs coming to you from Market Street, where two buses collided just minutes ago. We talked to one local resident who had this to say.
It was absolutely crazy.
Police are currently investigating the cause of the accident. Back to you, Jim.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, you really popped.
I think you're gonna be a star.
Yeah, you're going to be a big star.
No, guys, I
Magazine.
talked for like 20 minutes. We have yellow lights because then we can be very cautious but not get stuck in traffic. It was great. Yeah.
That sounds
a good
incredibly
idea.
dangerous and stupid.
The point is that bastard newscaster just went in there and cut it all up. That's not how you make getting the real news anymore. Dude,
They're very angry.
Remember when we made the news show for 8th grade?
We're burning G.I. Joes and throwing rocks at cats.
Well, that was what was happening. That's what was going on in the world. That was the truth. We've been throwing rocks at cats for years. We have been. We have been. And that's what we were reporting on. What was happening in the world? We can make better news. We could, Charlie. You want me to grab my camera? Yes. You want me to grab my camera? Just like the old days. Let's go out there. Let's make some news.
Is it going to be the same camera?
Probably.
Well, that's a bad idea. Usually when you get involved, somebody gets hurt.
That's ridiculous. I'm just palling around with the guys. How's anybody going to get hurt?
Oh my god.
They are like
What an
famous
intro.
last words, aren't they? How would anyone get hurt?
That was the perfect title cut. I think that's the best title cut we've had. Maybe because I didn't actually remember what one it was. Oh god. It was the thing that got me was Charlie saying that was what was happening. That was the current news. We've been chucking rocks at cats for years. It's great. That's the same camera.
Put a light on front of the camera. See, what this does is it makes the news talker look brighter. You see where I'm going? Fine when we get it. Yeah, I know, but...
Public access TV. Anybody can get on that.
Yeah. What? Nobody watches that shit. There's all sorts of great... Let's see what kind of quality programming we have here.
Ooh. Tony, why did you put
How
your
did they get
YouTube
my
channel?
footage?
This is public access.
God, that is so stupid.
Look at me go.
Just surfing those waves.
Should I turn it off?
Don't jump to
Let's watch it for a little while. Let's find out what it's going on.
It
What is
is
the purpose?
very intriguing.
Yeah.
I think that sums up YouTube, basically. Yeah.
We're going to go down to the power plant and talk about how it's given the whole city cancer.
Holy shit, dude! I didn't know that. He's making it up, Charlie.
But that's a great story. Well, it scares the shit out of me. Yeah, everybody's terrified.
They don't want to just scare the shit out of people. They want glitz and glamour, celebrities. You know, they want to read about shit that's going to help them forget how miserable their lives are.
Look at Paris Hilton. She's just a dirty, drunken whore.
You could be famous for being a dirty drunk whore. You're a dirty drunk whore already.
I'm not, but I could be famous if I just...
A couple upskirts, a couple nip slips, boom, you'd be famous like that.
Well, yeah, I think I'd like to avoid the nip slips and upskirts, but I think I see where you're going with this.
I'll talk you into it at some point, and I could be famous just by being friends with you.
Absolutely.
Great, good luck with that.
That's his sister.
Yeah.
Where the real action is. Boom!
Why'd you drag us to a place like this? It smells like the bottom of a bird cage.
Lots of shady shit goes down in nursing homes, Frank, okay? These places are like prisons.
Like people getting ass raped?
What?
Oh my God,
No, it's not like people getting
Frank, come on, man.
No, it's that people don't want to be here because they feel like they...
Because they're getting ass raped.
God.
Come on, I'm a little... All right, look.
Good afternoon, Philadelphia. This is Matt coming to you live from the
the
Mountain
umbrella.
Retirement Home.
Go.
Hello. Why don't you tell us what's really going on here?
Cool face, hold it.
Well, I get up around 5. Then I eat breakfast. I like to have fruit.
She steals the grapes.
I do not.
Check the grapes.
Okay, I think we've covered breakfast.
The
Let's move on.
controversy.
Then eat recipes. I don't even know how to cook.
Is there anything that you want to tell the world? No. Is there anything about this place that you don't like?
The blacks.
Cut!
What are you cutting for? That was just starting to get good.
It was not good, okay? It was the ramblings of a crazy old racist. Is it hot in here? I meant to bring this up. How are you sweating so much? It's freezing.
Yeah, they try to keep them alive. Because meat spoils slower in a fridge.
Oh, so they keep it cool. That's terrible. We need a more exciting trip. I know just the place. The shit's always going down in Chinatown,
Chinatown,
boys.
eh?
Okay, quick conference, guys. He's definitely a drifter, all right? He's going to his car, and he's going to slide it sideways. You know what I mean?
And you know what happens with Tokyo drifting? It leads to bickering,
Oh, they
which
always
of course
bicker.
leads to karate.
Right, which eventually will lead to
That's a
dudes
lovely
flying from,
karate.
It's great.
Treetop to
Shooting
treetop,
lightning
dude.
bolts out of their...
Yeah, there's the guy that shoots the lightning bolts out of his hands. He wears a big straw hat, and he...
Talking about Mortal Kombat.
What the hell are these guys doing? They're just trading fish for other fish, is what it looks like.
I think what we gotta do is find one sick guy and do a story about a new pandemic.
Oh, timely reference.
Yeah. Aged well.
Like fish, they just passed each
Bird
other.
flu, fish flu.
We gotta get him to fight
We
somehow.
just passed that same fish head back and forth.
You think we can get him to fight?
Whoa. Here we go. What's that, huh?
Whoa, that looks exciting.
So let's go down there.
What do you reckon's going down?
Let's go.
Today.
Fight.
Okay, can you see sweat?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So much.
Okay, what if I do?
Let's go.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Philadelphia. We're here in Chinatown where a large crowd has gathered for what can only be a martial arts showdown.
You look scared.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not just sweating. It's very, very hot.
Martial arts.
Okay, martial arts expo. Just go in.
Can't be a bit of Wii Sports.
About a pandemic.
Bird flu. I think he's choking, guys. What? Choking. He is choking. Frank, give him the Heimlich.
I'm not gonna touch him. I don't know what he's
Frank,
got.
you know the Heimlich? I don't know. Punch him in the stomach or something, dude. Okay. I saved your life.
That's gonna
That's
be on
some
public
first
access.
aid.
The kind of stuff we should be filming.
I'm a
You
hero.
got that right,
He wasn't
Charlie?
recording,
You
was
got
he?
that right?
I did it, Frank.
Well,
I did it.
you were pointing the camera at him, right?
You got it right. I did not put a tape in here.
What are you talking about?
All right, well, the problem was that I got the flashlight on and I taped the whole deal on, and I realized that I forgot
For
all the tape
God's
off, and the
sake.
tape in, and I did.
So you never put a tape
While we were out there
in the
taping
nursing
the guys
home,
with the
outside.
fish.
Oh my God! See what's happening here is we're gonna get yelling and
Yeah, we're gonna get yelling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. But here's what we do.
I love a good freak out from
recreate
Charlie.
your heroic moment. That's it. We do it again.
We just recreate.
Yes.
We put a tape
Tape in this thing.
Take the light off of it. Yeah, maybe we don't sweat so much. Maybe we'll...
This is going well.
I don't think it's going well.
I feel like I've been standing in this line forever. I gotta lay down.
Lie down. What are you talking about? What are you doing? D.
Can I come in with us?
Yeah.
Here, take this.
What is this?
Oh.
You'll see.
Oh!
Oh, he's
going for it.
He's enjoying that.
Those are some good moves. Wow.
Oh my god.
How long's he been in there?
She's still asleep in the bins, isn't she?
D, get up.
Why you take my picture now?
D, that's not gonna work, okay? You're not famous yet. You're just some stupid drunk chick who slept in her own puke. Well, I'll come back tonight. Let's go.
No.
Nice leaving.
I was gonna say, how could he stoop so low to take some pills? But then I was like, oh wait, they went on a coke binge.
I'm not gonna stand in this big line.
Shove their way to the front and they take a shit all over the bouncer. That's what you're gonna do. Come on,
I
let's
don't know
go.
if I feel comfortable taking a shit on that bouncer.
Just gotta talk down to him a little bit, all right? Take a shit on this guy.
Okay.
Shove your way. Go.
Hey.
Please don't actually take shit.
Jesus.
You on the list?
List. I don't need to be on that list, you idiot. You piece of dirt. Who are you? I step on you. That I just threw away, that's worth more than your worthless life, mister. And I'm pissed because I loved that shoe. You dirt. Do you know who I am? Do you have any idea, or is your brain too tiny to have ideas? Is there any kind of thought roaming around in that thick shit skull of yours?
Damn.
You with her?
No.
What?
Nope.
And what is your name?
Dennis Reynolds?
Dennis Reynolds. What do you know, Dennis Reynolds? You're on the list.
No. But you're not gonna go in without me, right?
Yes.
God damn it. Hey!
Oh, I love your show, man. Oh, dancing guy. Make sure that I'm gonna make it even, man. You need to just start calming down and relaxing a little bit more, man. You're very stressed out, Charlie. That's not. Okay. All right. Okay. Come on.
He's going on.
Hey, who's that sexy news guy? It's Mac. Yes, it's Mac, and he's on the channel. Whatever we make it on news, right? We're gonna make it.
Run out.
Run out.
Get the kitties.
With the little box of cats, right?
Cats.
Little box of kittens.
Right, and you save them.
You saved them. I saved them from what? Are you gonna set the building on fire?
No.
Charlie, are you gonna set the building on fire?
Yes.
God damn it.
What, you want the show to be a hit or what?
I am not running into a burning building.
It's gonna be exciting.
Come on.
And if I can't get into any of the clubs, then how the hell am I supposed to get famous?
3, 2, action. Who will save them?
Good.
Let's go. No, shoot the building now.
What? Okay.
Who will save them? Dude. I know, but I'm saying if
I'm talking to
down. Calm down, dude.
So I just go grab the box
It looks
of
crazy.
kittens and run out?
Yeah, that's all there is to it. Get to it.
It smells overwhelmingly like kerosene in here.
Uh-huh.
Not believe you guys. I could have been killed.
Yeah, we put you out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I do look really heroic.
No, you do not look heroic. Oh my god. Threw the box of kittens.
I was on fire!
We gotta shoot this shit again.
Oh, hey.
Now this is where the TV's at. Oh.
Dennis is gonna be on there, isn't he?
Mate.
What's the time? Dapper time. What's the time? Dapper time.
Whoa.
What?
That is weird.
What is happening?
Really stepping up the insanity
Where do they
here.
find these people?
These people. Do you not find this sad and embarrassing for them? Those people are pieces of shit.
But I want to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it everything.
So
Just sort of watch it together because this is television at its best.
I'd agree. Why are we not watching that instead?
Yeah, we should be reacting to that.
Yeah.
Well story.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like well stories are played out. Who gets stuck in a well anymore?
Kittens do.
Kittens?
Yeah.
You guys put those kitties in there?
Yeah, I mean, well, what else are we supposed to put there?
Oh, man. All right, fine. I'll do it. But don't set it on fire, okay? I feel like this is dangerous enough.
How are we gonna set a well on fire?
It's filled with water.
Huh?
Get in the well.
I'm going.
Give me the matches.
Yep.
I found the kittens.
For God's sake.
On.
She throws the kittens in everything. She loves to ruin.
What if we set up like a conveyor belt situation, right? Put the cats on that, and then at the end of it, a chopping mechanism.
Oh, yeah! Let's chop cats!
No,
Let's chop cats!
No, we don't actually chop the cats. He grabs them before.
Well, we'll chop
they
a
get
couple
chopped.
cats just so that you know it's real.
No.
Nobody's really gonna give a shit about a nobody. A celebrity saving cats. Then you got a story. With my connections, I could probably finally get Dee into some of those clubs and turn her into a celebrity.
I don't think Dee's that desperate to get famous. I mean, nobody's that pathetic.
I can't believe how famous I'm about to be.
When you run out of the
Oh,
bathroom,
cut.
jam a couple fingers down your throat. Bulimia's really big with this crowd.
Oh, I just tried, but I've been throwing up all day long. I don't think I have any food left inside of me.
Okay, well, try harder because it's really important, all right?
Oh.
If only just for show. Notice how disgustingly skinny she is. Isn't it weird?
Oh my god, you are like crack skinny.
She throws up all the time.
Oh my god, I just got done. I'm sorry if my breath stinks.
Hey Dennis, want one?
You know,
Oh come on, don't be a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Losers.
god, are they both going to be on
all
it?
right, yeah, maybe just one.
What is it?
You'll see.
Chopping. Good. The fact that the camera might see my hand killing the
No,
cat.
Charlie, we're gonna pull the cat out of there before it gets to the chopper.
Yeah, but if Sweet Dee doesn't make it in time, you're gonna see me chop the cat.
No, just don't chop the cat.
Oh, I can't make that promise.
You guys been, you look like shit. No, we're not doing the celebrity thing anymore. We're done with that. It's stupid.
No, we need you guys because we got this great chopping mechanism. It's for the news show. It's for the news show, Charlie. Oh, yes. Hey, dancing guys on!
No, watch it, Jesse.
Hey! Dancing guys a great show. Charlie, turn it off.
What's the time? Dapper time. What's the time? Dapper time.
Congratulations, guys.
You got what they
You're
wanted?
famous.
What time is it? Diaper
No.
time. So, Frank set Sweet Dee on fire.
Multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah. What do you think of that episode?
No, it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. I thought it was very funny. It was ridiculous.
It was all about getting famous, basically, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It's kind of... I mean, it's still relevant today, right? If people will try anything to get famous, and like there was the argument Dee and Dennis were making that no one cares unless you're famous, and that's what the news is all about. If you're, because there is like all news is a lot of like, oh, I saw a news article about Kanye West like decided on his favourite sprinkler setting, and that was an article. I was like, really?
It's very relevant information.
Yeah, exactly.
Helps you with your day.
But that was how the episode started.
Yeah.
Frank was saying, why are you reading that trash? Get your news from a newspaper. And then they were like, do you remember what they said?
Why do we need to know that
Plutonium in...
It's been smuggled into Syria.
Yeah. Oh,
I
no,
can't go to
can't
Syria
vacation
anymore.
in Syria anymore. Yeah, so... But then... Dennis and... no, Mac and Charlie... come running in. I love the run and walk in. I've got news.
It's like they proved themselves.
Yeah, basically. But do you remember what they were talking about?
It was an accident and Mac was in the news for like 20 minutes.
He was like, oh, I totally popped off. I went crazy. I was like, and cut to. We spoke to one local resident who said this.
It was crazy.
Yeah, great. It's perfect. But like, I guess that kind of proved Dee and Dennis's point. He's a nobody, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I love that they were like getting very irate about it, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were like,
Did that news reporter cut me?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, to please his managers or his bosses or whatever. Yeah. I love the whole, like Charlie and Mac were saying how they used to record news back in the day. Then Dennis was like, no, you used to record yourself. What was it? I remember throwing rocks at cats and something else.
Yeah.
I can't remember the first thing you said now.
No.
I wrote the rocks and cats thing down. But yeah, and then Charlie's
There
argument.
wasn't even news.
Yeah, but Charlie's argument was like, well, it's what was happening. We were chucking rocks at cats for years. So, yeah. And then Frank wanted to get involved.
Yeah.
But
because they were going to shoot some news.
Yeah. It's like, you got to get the camcorder.
Yeah.
That trusty camcorder. I think that's the best side
Put it on public access.
Yeah, public access. Oh, and then they were like, oh, nobody watches that. And then let's check out what's on.
Yeah. And the dancing
guy. Just dancing in his boxers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they couldn't stop watching it. And that kind of summarizes, I guess it obviously it's like public access TV in America is kind of just put random stuff on it, really, I think. It kind of summarizes YouTube nowadays anyway as well, doesn't it? Just put anything on there. And you'll watch it and you'll be like, what am I watching? Or even like TikTok. Like you scroll through TikTok quite often, don't you? And you're just like I hear something you're watching, I'm like, what the hell are you watching?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but I can't stop watching. Yeah. But they didn't want Frank to get involved.
No.
Because he always...
Someone always gets hurt.
Like, no one's gonna get hurt, we're just recording news. Perfect cut to the title. Yeah.
Yeah. But Dee is going to get famous a different way, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, and Dennis, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to go into clubs and stuff.
Yeah, they were saying the way to get famous now isn't with, like, mundane, normal day stuff, really. It's... You've
crazy
got to go
celebrity
out, be
stories.
In the clubs.
Drunk.
Be seen.
Be drunk and crazy and do something weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was their plan. We had the camcorder. Like I said, my favourite side character.
Yeah. With an added torch on the top.
Yeah, new attachment.
Flash.
Which they just duct tape on. I feel like that's a very, like, kind of like an indie thing, right? Like, as if, like, when you're starting to create stuff, like, this, I can sympathise with this, I guess, is like, you kind of make do with what you got.
Yeah.
When I first started recording...
Improvise.
Yeah, when I first started recording YouTube videos, I used a Rock Band microphone, the game Rock Band, and I put a sock over it for a pop filter. Clean sock.
Thank you for the clarification.
But yeah, that's how, because I was recording, I was like, it's popping a lot, what do I do? And then people were like, pop filter, or others were like, just use a sock. But that kind of...
sold.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of that. And obviously, when they shot the first season of stuff, they barely had any money.
Yeah.
And they were just going around Philadelphia with a camera. And that kind of reminded me of what they were doing. So do you remember the first place they went to for their news?
The old people's home.
The old people's home.
Because shit always goes down in an old people's home.
Like what?
Arse raping.
It's like prison. It's like,
arse
for
raping.
God's sake. It's like, no, Frank, no. No, they want to get out of here or something, right?
Because of the arse raping.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. But it's funny.
They interview a woman, don't they?
I love
what's going
it's
on
so
here.
funny though, because like Mac's sweating away. And,
yeah,
like,
his little...
he's like, he does a little pose and he's like, his eyebrows and she's like, well, I get up at 5 a.m.
Or 5:30 if it's been getting out before.
And there's just no news.
No.
She steals all the grapes!
I have my breakfast, which is fruit.
Check her purse!
And he's like, what don't you like about living here?
The blacks. I was like, oh my God.
That was like one of the moments that they actually had a little bit of like... I don't know, like, I don't know what the word is.
Well, they've learnt their lesson. The first ever episode was the gang gets racist. I think they've learnt their lesson, maybe.
Maybe.
Frank hasn't. He wasn't there.
But I guess it's the first little glimmer of morals, or I don't know if it's class it as morals or just...
They were like, no, this is too much.
Yeah.
This is not what people want. And then
like,
Frank's like,
I feel like any other episode, they'd be like, so go into detail about that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is it about then? Like, but this time they're like, no, that's too far.
Except for Frank.
Yeah.
He was like, it was just getting juicy. Yeah. I love the line of, they were like, why are you sweating so much? It's like, it's freezing in here. And Frank's like, yeah, they keep it cold because meat spoils. Warm temperatures. Keeps them alive longer. Oh, it's horrible. So bad, but yeah, it's funny. And then they went to a better place.
To Chinatown.
Yeah. That man, they're just passing the same fish head.
Before that, there was the bit about things that happen in here. Like, the karate would happen.
He did his little karate
And then they'll be jumping off the roofs, and then lightning out of his
Shooting
fingers.
lightning.
And
Yeah, the guy with the
what?
straw hat and lightning. That's Raiden from Mortal Kombat. I'm pretty sure that's what it's about. But then he mentioned Kurt Russell for him. I'm like, maybe Kurt Russell was in the Mortal Kombat film, the old one.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaking what they're talking about, but yeah.
But then they obviously get to the fish because they're like, what's going on there?
What are they doing? Nothing's
And I
happening.
like how Frank and
Mac or Charlie?
Frank and Mac are arguing about things. I can't remember what they were arguing about. But then there was just Charlie there going, they've just passed that same fish head. They've passed the same, but they're just like
I think they were
swabbering.
arguing about like pandemic and what story to say. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh yeah, we could get someone sick and then we'll do a news
Yeah.
article about a pandemic.
Yeah,
And we're just like, well.
It's timely.
But then the whole way through you've just got Charlie there like, they're passing the same fish. And they're not paying any attention to
No.
him at all.
No.
Yeah.
I like those. Yeah, I like that about it. There's always something going on in this show, even if it's like in the background or they're having different arguments or different
Yeah.
conversations. It's all crazy, but there was a crowd forming.
Yes, all cheering. So they were like, that is where we need to be. And it's like, right.
Well, he's like,
Yeah.
it's like the kung fu fight is about to break out at any moment.
Yeah,
Just
get in
to
there.
get in there.
And it's a Wii tennis.
Wii Sports tennis, and they're like, oh come on.
Yeah.
But luckily,
And Frank was still talking about this bloody pandemic, wasn't
yeah.
he? And then someone started coughing, and it was kind of like, oh, someone's ill.
It's like, quick, do the Heimlich on him. It's like, I'm not touching him. I don't know what he's got. It kind
Yeah.
of went with the thing before, like with, was it Bruce when he said he was working with people with AIDS, was
Yeah.
it? And he was like, what the hell are you touching me for,
Yeah.
bro?
Yeah.
He seems to not like germs much, even though he wanted to tell a story about them. But
yeah, the guy was choking.
Yeah, so then he's like, just punch him in the stomach.
Yeah.
So I saved that guy's life. And you called it. Because you could see by Charlie's face.
So that wasn't recording. And that is where we found out this whole half the episode where Charlie had been meant to be recording. There was no tape in the camera because he taped on the torch and then didn't want to cut the tape off.
Because he didn't have any
to
more
put the
duct
tape
tape.
in.
So, yeah. That's totally Charlie logic,
Yeah.
though. It's at work. He's just like, well, I've taped it up now. I want to stick with what we got. The light's good. We got to keep it. So...
But you have Dennis and Dee, don't you, lined
Yes.
up for the nightclub. And
Dee's already drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's missing the point of it. But
Yeah.
oh, I like that was a line earlier on in the episode. Actually, Frank was like, "Well, I'm bored," and he's like, "You're just gonna sit around drinking all day? It's boring." And they're like, "What? Is that a joke? How can you get bored of that?" So, yeah. But yeah, they couldn't get in. The line was taking ages, so Dee was like, "I'm just gonna have a rest."
Yeah, she kind of fell. She fell, didn't she?
Yeah,
Or
I
lost
like
her
Dennis
footing.
was like, nobody cares about a drunk whore in line outside the club. They want a
Yeah.
drunk whore in the club.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she had a nap on the bin bags.
You want to come in with us?
Yeah. A little.
Have this. And, like I said in the reaction, I was kind of like, oh, how could he stooped down to taking drugs? And I was like, oh wait, there was the whole Dennis and Dee go on welfare episode where they do coke.
Maybe you shouldn't have taken the drugs.
Or was it crack? Wasn't it? Crack
Yeah.
cocaine? Yeah. I don't know.
But then we see Dennis in the nightclub with his little glow sticks and his little dance moves.
Yeah, good cut to him
And then
dancing.
he comes out of the nightclub and it's daylight.
Did he see the Underpants Man dancing as well at that point? I think he did, right? The first time?
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah. He was dancing away as well.
From
Or maybe
TV,
not.
public
No, I
access.
think that was the second time he was in there, actually.
When did he go second?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, the first time was that. Yeah. So the first time you just
It was
saw
just
him
him
raving,
dancing,
and then he
and then he
came
comes out
out
in the morning.
daylight, and he's still asleep in the bin bags.
Take my picture. No one wants
Yeah.
a picture of someone sleeping in their own vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they go back the next day, I presume.
Oh
it's
yeah,
next
they
day.
did go back again,
And
and then
then
it's like you got to push in
decent
line. You got to
push through.
go shit on him.
Yeah.
That's what celebrities do.
And then
she really went
yeah,
off.
she went to town on the bouncer.
She went a bit far, didn't she? She was
Yeah.
going on about shoes and you're a piece of dirt. And I was expecting. She said, "Do you even know who I am?" I was expecting the bouncer to go, D. Reynolds because she gave it. But no, instead he was like, you with her?
Yeah, and he was like, no. He was like, what's your name? Dennis Reynolds. And
you're on the list.
That's when he sees the guy in there because he's in there on his own because Dee obviously goes away and she's like, I quit this.
Yeah, so...
And then she finds
Frank before that, Mac's been make-upped up.
Contour to the next level.
Yeah.
Because he's going to save some kittens, because they need to reenact him being a hero to be famous because of Charlie not filming.
It's like, but what am I saving him from?
So just...
You're not setting down building on fire, are you?
No.
Charlie, you said they're building on fire?
Yes.
I'm not getting there.
And then D turns up at that point.
Yes.
They're like,
and then it's like, you just got to go in the building and...
Get the kittens.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like, why does it smell of kerosene in here, is it? I like the filming parts, like the actual Charlie filming Mac parts as well, because he's still sweating away.
Yeah.
And he's like, get the building. And then he starts shooting the building and he instantly goes in front of the camera. I don't think he's cut out to be a news reporter. No. And then,
Yeah, then cuts to them being a bit sad the next morning.
Then we see the... well, she's like, I can't believe you set me on fire.
Yeah.
So you threw the kittens.
We're going to have to do something else.
The footage is great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious how they did it. Like, it's really cool looking. She's just completely on fire. Yeah, but she ruined it. So, the well. We'll go to a well. It's like, what am I saving there? What's down there? A kitten! You put the kittens down there! Yep. Oh my god.
And so you're just going to set it alight, and they're like, but there's water at the bottom.
How are you going to set it alight?
So she goes into the well.
That just... That's great.
But then she throws the kittens out again.
Yeah. It's such a cool shot. It's like... yeah. I can't believe the way they all treated Dee pretty badly this episode. Very badly. I mean, they all treat each other like arseholes quite often, but is this the worst they've done to each other, do you think? Probably not the worst.
No.
There's probably other things, but I mean, setting someone on fire is pretty bad. Multiple times. So, yeah.
But after that time, Dennis then talks to Dee and is like, look, I'm getting pretty well known.
Yeah.
Look, maybe if I bring you in with me, you'll get pretty well known.
Well, he says he says to the gang, apart from Dee, that I'll bring Dee in, get her famous, and then we can get her. And then because if a famous person saves kittens, then that's
be better
the story.
Than a normal person.
And then they're talking about we're going to put kittens on a conveyor and
chop
her at the end.
So Charlie's like, well, so we chop the kittens up and they're like, no, we're not actually going to, we're going to save them before.
Before that, he was like, chop the kittens! And Mac's like,
you have to be chopped up, so it looks real.
I love that Rob, Mac, you could see he was laughing, he was smiling at the way Charlie was just chanting, chop the kittens. God. It's so funny.
So that's our next plan, a conveyor belt with kittens.
Kittens on, yeah. But, how did they get in the club? They were like, Dee won't. Nobody's that desperate to get famous, and they cut to them in the club.
Yeah. And then
you've got to pretend to have bulimia.
Yeah, go throw up again. Really she's like, I've been throwing up all day.
I've got no food left in me.
Like, you try harder.
And then
Dennis!
Yeah, his friends come along.
Yeah.
This is my sister. Look how horribly skinny and bony she is from bulimia. She's like, I've been puking all day. Sorry if my breath stinks. So they're like, okay. And then
they're like, do you want to do that? And Dennis is like, if you got one for my sister. And she's like, what is it? And he's like, you'll find out.
Yes, he did the same thing they did to him. Yeah. But there we go. Cut to my favourite laugh out loud moment for me. I did not expect it.
Actually, I feel like we missed a bit.
Oh, no, you're missing out on my favourite bit.
No, just because this was before. I think it was when they were in the flat talking about chopping the kittens. They went onto public access, didn't they? And found the dancing dude
with the diaper
time
like,
of people like dancing in diapers. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so strange.
Yeah,
can't stop watching.
Like now, your favourite.
But my favourite laugh out loud part cut to a conveyor belt with a kitten on it, and then Charlie with a machete. It was
God.
so
And then
funny.
he's like, you got to really work on the camera because I think you might see my hand chopping the kittens.
Yeah, and he's like, if these not fast enough, you're going to see my arm chopping it. I was like, well, just don't chop the kitten. He's like, I can't guarantee that. Smack the kitten. Oh, it's so funny.
Then Dennis and Dee walk in.
Yeah. And yeah, so Dennis and Dee walk in.
Yeah.
Looking very rough. I can't remember what the conversation. Oh, they were like they were kind of like, we're done. We don't care about your fake news show. It's not real. And they're like, it is. It's going to be on TV. And then PBS is on.
Yeah.
Or public
and they're like,
access is
don't
it.
watch
Sorry.
it.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Be on it.
No, we want to watch it. And then there we go. Diaper time. Did you expect them on there?
I did.
I
when
mean,
we
yeah,
first saw
like
it, and I was a
setup.
bit like,
I can see
Dennis going to be on this, but he wasn't, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, weird.
Yeah, they saved it.
Yeah.
I think that's quite smart because it did seem like, like they put him next to the guy dancing, and you're like, oh, he's going to end up on it. And then when he didn't, you're like, oh, okay. They saved it for the diaper time. There we go. That was it. That was the episode. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Well, I would say they did horrible stuff. They set Dee on fire multiple times. They put kittens in danger multiple times.
I feel like this episode was more of like a harm element, not so much the offensive element.
Yeah. It's not always like that though.
Yeah, because like we said about like the bit in the nursing home, and they were like, oh no. So quite often the episodes are about being offensive or the underlying tone of
Well,
offense.
I think the main theme
or
of the
taking
show,
the mick out of people and
I think the main theme of the show is though they're just a group of arseholes.
and
that's basically it.
But this episode was more just
I get what you're saying. But what was I going to say? Can't remember now. But yeah, it was basically about them being arseholes. It's one of my favourites. Oh, I was going to say it's also still a very relevant episode. I think like that's what's great about the show. I think a lot of them stand the test of time. Whereas, like, it's all relevant stuff, like people trying to get famous and do whatever they can to do it, and like, and we've seen YouTubers that will fake stuff to get views, and that's kind of what they were doing with the kittens and stuff. So, fun time. We got some cool jokes. We got the camcorder back. I had a good time. But there we go. We will be back next time for another Always Sunny episode. And then back to Mr. Robot and the others. Thank you very much for watching. We're getting through this season. We're flying through. The 3 at a time in the cycle is pretty good. But I think it's 15 episodes this season. So, there we go. We will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.